This is episode 4. I mean, 5?
4.
4, yes, episode 4.
Episode 4
Well,
the
off
year
to a great
2020.
Yeah.
All right, on this episode, we want to discuss, would I say, the struggles of technology companies or the failures that we've encountered dealing with technology companies, right?
It's not just technology companies. It's technology companies in the lending. In fact, it's not technology companies. It's a technology company.
It is everybody dealing with Nigeria. And see, look, those people that didn't pay back Anchor Bora, whatever.
17,000 loans defaulted. Non-performing loan ratio of like 97%.
But can I be honest about that one? When government gives these loans to these organizations to disburse, people look at it as their own share of national cake.
Yes.
Do you know what else they look at as their own share of national cake?
What?
Regular loans.
No. This
You
one
said
in
it on
particular.
this platform.
No, but this one in particular, the way they see it is that, look, politicians are chopping their own. This is their chance to chop their own.
For the bottom tier in Nigeria, I keep saying this thing, it's a hill I'm willing to be buried on. I will never, as long as our infrastructure is set up the way it is, I will never lend to the bottom tier. Let them go and work for the SMEs that know how to manage funds. Let them go and be laborers for them. I don't know, Sha. How do you want to do it?
Well, I mean,
What model have they not used?
I think
LSCTF fund, default rate. If it was a regular bank that was giving out that model, they would have crashed with that NPL ratio. Anchor borrowers, default rate high. There is no model that was. In fact, if anybody's model would have worked, it should be LSCTFs, because Nosa goes on and on about how they are really committed to those businesses and they handhold them and they train them. Fundamentals of managing money, running a business, and they still default and refuse to pay back.
so I think we discussed this as well in another podcast about how the attitude towards loans is just trash in this country in general.
Exactly my point.
Yeah, so beyond, not forgetting the bottom tier, you have people that are supposedly wealthy men that owe banks hundreds of millions and say, if this person can owe me, so I can owe one.
No, the banks might
Things
deserve
like
that
that.
one for lending to those people.
You should just behave like Nigerian banks and not lend.
Well, Nigerian
There's
banks
a
are
reason
now
why
on
Nigerian
fire
banks
to
do not
lend.
lend, because
Nigerian
look at
banks
it.
lend,
I beg,
not retail lending.
We have been forced.
The reason why lending was Nigerian banks would want to lend, and I think that's the first thing that people should realize. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because lending is easy money. It's easy
Lending
money.
done right,
You take
where you can get your money back.
even if you are harassing people, which is lending not done right, it's easy money. You take deposits at a small rate. You factor in NPR, you factor in LIBOR, you factor in this, and you get your FTP. You lend at your FTP plus a
This
couple
was
of
FTP for
funds
those that
transfer
don't know.
pricing is a finance thing. I can't explain this because I did not study economics. Sorry. But I know what it is in working terms. So you lend at a certain rate and you make a lot of money from fees and from the interest. And when the customer pays back, you give thanks to God, they come again, you lend again. And that's supposed to be the cycle where you make money. But the problem is that you lend to people using depositors' funds and they don't pay back.
So, this lending thing, I don't also go too deeply into it. But the thing with lending is that, first of all, I feel like just the way the Nigeria is set up as a country, people can borrow money in Lagos and disappear to another state, and that's that.
Yeah.
For that loan. People can borrow in Lagos and move to a different local government in Lagos.
And you'll be looking for them.
And that's
See that
that.
example that Nosa gave us. The guy did not pay back his car loan. When they finally caught him, say, I sent you people email now. Like,
Anyway,
Yeah.
this just leads us to
Our dear
startups
brothers.
that think
they
that
have
the
it
bank-
figured out.
They have it figured out.
Yeah.
And the banks have sense.
Yeah.
see?
Startups that have come to pitch to banks with superiority complexes.
And now, please,
And now they
It
have
leads- it
a
leads us-
decision algorithm.
it leads us to Fint's latest one.
Is it latest? But it's been going on for like a year.
No, that's for you.
Well,
The kitchen butterfly one.
it has been bubbling on that, but nobody has said anything. On
Yes,
Kitchen Butterfly
please. I would
Company
like to
on
personally
social media.
speak about this
Let
Fint
Furo
issue.
go on about this.
Because I mean when they I interacted with them based on my 9 to 5 and they came to pitch that they have decision algorithm, they're doing lending,
Yeah, I was in
speaking
that.
all the nice English, and I thought cool, let me try this out, because obviously they wanted to come as a partner to the financial services organization that I work for, and you wouldn't want to recommend somebody that you can't really explain
like,
what
their
they do.
business model and how they work.
Exactly. So then I was like, okay, let me test out this platform. So
To be fair, Furo, this one is on you for putting
Hold
big
up.
money, but
I
carry
didn't
on.
put big money. What is big money? I didn't put big money. I shall put money. So I went, first thing first, when I got onto the platform, I noticed that, so they have their ratings for their loans, A to, I don't know what.
C or something like that.
C. But almost all the loans on the platform at that time were like C plus loans. And I think there was just one B or two. So I quickly tried to, pick the B loan, hoping that, Baba God will help my life and that money will come back. But then what happened instead was I got my first repayment, I got my second repayment, and then silence. And then I remember first things first, I called. No, to even get a number to call was a problem. I eventually called some number that was routing me weirdly. Anyways, I sent an email and then no response. And then I remember I called Nosa. I was like, Nosa, somebody there. Call this person. I found I was going on my loan, and they said that they didn't know anything about owing me. That they're not. That they finished. They're not owing anybody. That they're repaying their loan. See, look, my thing is, if you're having issues, communicate. It took me sending them multiple emails, because what was happening was they were owing me money, but they were sending me emails about investment options, and I won't lie, that's what ticked me off. Like it pressed a button that it ticked me off, because I'm like, look, if you want to be sending this communication, at least exclude the people you're owing. Because me, at certain intervals, it was a thing where I'd forgotten about this money with them, and then they'll just send me one email,
and then we remind you again.
And I'm just like, you
just
guys.
For context, Fint do peer-to-peer lending. So basically, on their platform, they have borrowers and they have lenders, and then they are supposed to use some proprietary
decision algorithm.
To score the creditworthiness of the borrowers, and then they assign a score in terms of quality. They take a couple of things into account: employment, account turnover, and then they score, and then the lenders come on the platform and then lend at, and the rates are affected by the
risk to the rating of the loan.
The rating of the borrower.
Dumb as shit business model. And when they came for that meeting, and the guy said, I thought they were coming to pitch their algorithm
to banks, right?
No, they were coming to ask banks give them funds so they can lend to people. And I was like, are you people stupid? Just do a B2B business and you license your algorithm out. This thing where you're rating loans A to B to C, that's the business. License it out to people that want to lend. But it's like, no, you want to do the lending yourself because you have seen something that you don't see.
See, lending is in this country, it is a beast. If you don't tame it, it's going to wreck you.
I mean, to be honest, myself, I should have opened my eyes, because when you were seeing the description, so the things that obviously didn't pay enough attention to detail, because when you see like what people were putting down as like what they wanted the loans for, there were some that I saw, I was like, this one definitely error. Definite error, like don't even go there, because it was like, oh, I want to start a business, and they ask you for 100k, but then they put that their salary is maybe 300k a month, and I'm like, surely, Baba, from 1 month salary you can deny yourself if you're a serious human being and put that 100k down and take that loan. But I feel like I'm sure I'm pretty sure it's one of their stupid emails that triggered Kitchen Butterfly.
Because they have been dragging them across social media, like Instagram to Twitter and back.
Their responses are so condescending.
So condescending and so personal and so unprofessional. And look, I say this. I say this about startups and their founders can be delusional. That's fine. They can have unrealistic
expectations of the market.
That's fine. They can be very bullish, and just think the idea is the best thing since sliced bread. That's fine. The one thing that I feel that startups should not be is unserious. And I think Fint is unserious.
So for me, I think when I started looking at them, one eye closed was when I saw that I think they started distributing money for one of these. I think they got on, I think was it Bank of Industry or one of them. They started doing one of the loans for one of these people. And I'm like, okay, clearly they have government links and that's why they're still alive. Because
it even brings that their algorithm into
there's no algorithm in my opinion.
This is a response to someone telling them to pay Kitchen Butterfly. We at Fint acknowledge Kitchen Butterfly as a force to be reckoned with, and will continue to create even more wealth opportunities for her and other hardworking Nigerians like her. If you visit our site, you'd notice that we are continuously adding safer and diverse investment opportunities. Thank you for your support. How the hell does that answer what our money is?
And I'd rather you're silent, which is what they're very good at doing anyway, staying silent. I'd rather you're silent than to talk to someone in such a condescending manner.
It's happening.
So now what they do is,
I had such high hopes for those guys.
What they now do to me is once a quarter they call me to tell me that they've gotten a new recovery agent. I'm like, guy, your first recovery agent didn't work, second one, third one.
Even banks that have
just tell me to just
agents and outsource recovery agents, they know that collecting funds back is hard work.
I honestly would have just preferred if they just called me and said,
do they even report to the credit bureaus?
I don't think so.
So that guy that didn't pay back your money for
probably
nothing is going to happen to him.
Probably not.
They're so young and brash, and
I understand if you're young and brash. It doesn't mean you fail.
Responses, when you pointed it out to me, that was when I gave up hope fully. I had a brief chat with one of their co-founders now, and I'm like, the first time I met them, I'm like, look, I really like what you're trying to do, and I had very high hopes for them. But just looking at these responses, I would not respond. I have no corporate comms or customer care training, but I would not respond like this.
You don't respond to people like this.
To customers.
This is a full-on crisis, and it's not as if she's the only one that's having this issue.
She's just the one that's speaking for the rest of us. That's her. Now I've spoken to.
For you to talk to her.
And that one that you even read out is one of the better responses, though. Because there are some that where they were literally saying, have you heard our own side of the matter?
And I saw that as well.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. You took somebody's money and you haven't returned it. That's just the bottom line.
Do you know why people are always fighting inside bank branches? Because it's their money. Mm-hmm. You can't hold people's money or be the platform that took somebody's money. Look at when Taxify had that glitch and people were being like double debited. See how people were. It's people's money. It's like you can't just act like it's digestive biscuits you took from them.
For people who are very sympathetic to fintech, just imagine if you walked into GT Bank to withdraw your cash, and GT Bank tells you that, hey, your savings we can't give you now because the guy you lent it to has not paid back. I mean, while that may be true, that's not what you want to hear from GT Bank.
That's not what you want to hear from any bank.
I mean, GT Bank is telling you is that, well, you should have put in a safer savings account.
Yeah.
That is even like spitting in your face in addition to not paying you.
No. They need to get this is a cry for a call to order. Whoever is responding on that, you need to fire that person. That person respond. And worse still, if he's one of the co-founders that is responding to those Instagram comments, he needs to drop that phone or give it to somebody else to start responding.
Yeah. Anyways, on to happier news. Africa Fintech Foundry just completed their first, accelerator cohort.
Again, I asked, do they make them wear suit and tie?
I don't know about that. I can't confirm or deny. But I mean, I saw pictures.
What the theory is like, it's gate pass, 3 white pixels, wait, let me check.
I can't remember the other guy.
Then it begins with like a Z. Zen mobility.
So Gate Pass. So Gate Pass. What Gate Pass is trying to do is basically Zen mobility. Okay. Gate Pass. What they're trying to do is basically estate management. So from the app, you can manage access control. You can manage like what's it called, service charge, billing, all that cool stuff. So basically, put in your whole.
Is it fancy estate group
facility?
I think I've seen the guy.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it.
Our workstation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's bougie, to be fair. It's very bougie.
But like, I feel like it's very necessary for like an estate like
It is.
BGC. I honestly
Hate it.
people that live in BGC that I know, I love you. However, I don't like to go to BGC because that when you go to the gate and then you have to go to their security center or whatever, like it puts me, the thought of it just puts me off. Like, but then with the app, obviously you can do all of that on your phone, and then when the person gets to the gate, their name is already there and they can, gain access. Like brings a lot of structure and ease.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, sure, there are plenty bougie estates in VI and Lekki. I'm not sure they have up to 5 customers on the mainland. Yeah.
Wow. They will find customers.
Because I'm just thinking, what are the big estates on the mainland? Oh, all these Ikeja, GRA closed.
Yeah. I feel like they are absolutely necessary because things like when your guests get to the gate, you now have to call the gate or the gate has to call you.
The reason why I'm even chuckling on the inside is because there's a product that I'm trying to build at work, and we went to talk to some customers inside one Lungu in Ejigbo like this.
Lungu.
And then as we were there with the pole car driver, we're now asking for directions from somebody, and then he said, "Oh, just turn left, enter that estate." And I'm looking at what my guy is calling estate. Okay, where is the gate? Where is the gate? There's no gate. It's just like a bunch of houses somewhere, even on fence. The definition of estates in this city of Lagos, it varies from place to place. So good luck to them, Sha.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
so it's not as if there are plenty of estates, but there are estates and
the estates that will pay for the service.
No,
and it's not just Lagos.
like, this is not it's a not for everybody business.
Yes.
It's not for
Yeah. And I met the guy. He's a pretty
Cool
sharp guy.
Yeah.
I mean, haven't you ever gone to one of those estates where you're always also called security guys say, please call them.
Yeah.
Call them, please.
Yeah, to be fair, I have family friends in one estate like this where they literally have to call
Yeah.
the security post.
I think I went to see my cousin last week and I got to the gate and she had called them and told them to let me in and then direct me, because she just moved directly to her house. And then I got there and they just said, I told them my name and they're like, okay, just open the gate. It was when I called her, like, girl, how do I maneuver? So you could even have like estate maps. I don't know. Could go crazy with that stuff.
RFID to let yourself in.
Yeah.
Use NFC technology.
There's so many things that can be done, but I'm excited.
You know how hotels have that key card, that gate access. Your room pass will also open the gate. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. But which other one? Nosa?
Zen Mobility and 3Y Spectrum.
Zen Mobility is in logistics.
Yeah.
What kind of logistics?
It's like last mile delivery.
Good luck to them. Who is the
3Y Spectrum. Are they still doing like?
Yes, I mean, they're what's it called? They're
like a development firm-ish kind of thing. So they do like UI UX. So I know they did Hands Rene, I think the Hands Rene app.
Oh, so they are offering service as a service.
I don't understand.
You said
development as a service.
What's development? Like code now?
Please, can you stop doing this thing, making it sound startup-y?
Is it not a startup?
When you want to hire a developer, you want them to build your
And
website.
they are offering
That's
service
how you
as a
meet.
service.
You are saying service as a service.
It's service
Development
as a service
as
now.
a service.
Well,
My friend
Code as a service.
is when you go to CC Hub and you get one of those developers in that cyber cafe to build your website. Is that development as a service?
Speaking of which, CC Hub has a thing this week. I'm sure this episode will come out after.
Yeah.
But Furo, please, what are they doing?
They're doing like a startup showcase for startups that I think they just startups in their ecosystem anyway. They're bringing in people from different industries to come and see what they're doing. Basically, I think they're trying to obviously link them to industries that they will be useful to.
Should be interesting. Should be fun. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Like cyber cafes are very interactive.
Good. And Paga. Yes, they have some interesting news.
Finally.
Yes, finally.
Nosa.
So they acquired their people that they outsourced their development to, Opposite, and made them part of the family. Which is like, okay, I mean, it's not as if Opposite had plenty clients. You know, Paga.
My God.
I don't know. See, it's not like I like to. I'm not going to share Paga. Paga is a business that is dear to my heart.
Yeah, you wanted to work for them in 2012.
I thought they were very exciting.
At that point, they were probably quite exciting, to be honest.
It was like people.
I was in uni in 2012.
Exactly, I was in uni in 2012. And I heard of
Just casting your age everywhere.
To be fair, I did not say if I was 100 or 500 or 400. So
you were shy in uni.
I was shy in uni.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited by it. But it's just that for me, Paga is just they act like they are old and heavy.
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean.
And that's like my biggest frustration because
yeah,
you're 10 years in. There's a lot of stuff that you should have actually done. Like, so this thing that they announced that you can transfer to any bank on the app. So you could always do it on the website. You could transfer to that app, but you could not do it on the app because it was like an internal product decision that
I may never understand that decision, to be fair.
You have to send, if you want to send money to somebody else.
So they probably thought it was cool to keep the money within their ecosystem.
Exactly. They probably thought it was cool to keep money within the ecosystem. That's fine. But it was a stupid decision.
Yes.
Well.
And to stick it out to such a stupid decision.
For so long.
Then after you accepted the stupidity of your ways, you now announce
this ecosystem.
Announcing that you can do transfers to bank in 2020 is not something you announce.
It's something you just launch the feature.
You just launch it.
And do push notifications.
You don't even do push notifications. You just do updates. So that once people update the app, they will just see that they can transfer. Because it's such a random NIP APIs have been around for
they've been on the NIP for a long time. That the fact that they've not done it is them intentionally choosing not to do it.
Probably they've hit their growth targets. And now they've decided to open it up.
Nah.
Because
your ecosystem, you are not that big. You know, banks still have
like
big
now.
share.
Okay, so like in fact.
But sorry, while banks still have a big share, in terms of agency banking stuff, you see Paga more in the inner.
Yeah, but it's a service that they were rendering now. Mm-hmm. See, it would have been a different thing if you could not send money to banks at all. Mm-hmm. But putting that feature on your web. And look, everybody is switching to mobile. Every day for my employer, internet banking numbers are going down, mobile app numbers are going up because it makes sense. It's convenient, it's faster. In fact, for features now, you sort of want to prioritize mobile first before you put it on web.
Yeah. Because everybody has their phones on them.
So, well, good luck to them. They are big boys in this game.
Because things are also... Because at the same time, I think as at the time of recording, Paga just launched their like developer platform, like open APIs where you can build on top of Paga. Mm-hmm. And that's a very forward-thinking thing for them to do. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you're announcing bank transfer, that you can do bank transfer.
I mean... baby steps /
It's not baby steps for a 10-year-old enterprise.
I don't know.
They're a mature company and they're behaving like they have the baggage of legacy systems.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
When even the people that have the baggage of legacy systems are looking for how to drop it and move forward.
Yeah, but I think it happens as you grow from startup to, there's that awkward phase when you're not a legacy institution, but you're not a startup anymore. You're kind of just...
this one is that when they were a startup, they had already packed their school bag and strapped it to their back. That's where the problem is.
These are guys that want to expand in Latin America. Well, it's like you are senior men in these things. You should not be making like this rookie product.
They've repented of their ways.
Have they updated their UI?
Yes, no, they just updated it, but it looks like bank app one interface used to make it for all of us.
Wow. Well, I'm sure they're still working on it.
Wait, no.
Don't worry. Oh my
God.
Let me show you. If you guys think I'm lying.
I understand this app is looking fine now.
But speaking of new mobile apps that we're dealing with.
This is what I'm saying. Doesn't this look like what
this looks like?
This is like Vanso. This is that stock Vanso template that they used to give all of us.
Well.
Speaking of stock templates, have you noticed that a lot of the government platforms, many people might not be able to relate to this, but it seems like there is one company that is building all the platforms for the Nigerian government. Do you know who that might be? So
Softcom.
Yeah.
It might be Softcom, but the BVN portal, the CBN CRMS 300 portal, the what's this other one that I saw again recently?
Nibs and TQS.
No, there are just a bunch of government platforms. All of them.
SCCP.
The one, the CPC
Consumer
one when travel starts seized your money. Furo, you should actually give us this gist. Travel starts seized Furo's money and refused to give her back.
We'll save that for another
all
episode.
of them seem to have. If you know who that is, please let us know on this. Like the company that is developing all these platforms, please send us a DM if you don't want to put them on blast.
Speaking of new apps, Carbon is now available on iOS. Finally, I personally have been waiting for this.
So,
but the problem is they've now come at a time where I think what do I say? You know when you have too many options.
You know, I can't
have too many options.
I can't even use the app.
Why?
No, I can use it.
Because you know when they launched, like when they started that first time, we downloaded it. There was only Android, so we downloaded it on like the office phone.
Oh,
yeah,
you're trapped.
So now I can't, because I don't get OTPs. Because I need to verify my phone number.
Oh.
No, but it's the same that should be important now.
No, like, so it was my number, obviously. That
but on a different device.
So I have an account.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to log into my account. It tells me they need to verify.
Really? Because I did the same thing, but I just signed in.
OTPs for even Carbon.
Yeah. And like I emailed them, they're like, I should come.
This is a telco thing.
I was like, look, I've resolved. I know it's a telco thing. I even told the customer person, I know it's a telco thing. Can you verify my phone number alternately?
Yeah.
And as if the stuff was confusing them.
You know,
I
just deleted the app. I just deleted the app and allowed
when
it.
I had that issue with Carway-wise, they literally give me a number to call over the phone.
Exactly. That's what you do. We have
because they just asked me a couple of questions and then they were like, oh, okay, just input this number in a couple of seconds, which I did.
Yeah, I just remember that I haven't finished my onboarding on Carbon because, like I said, I think I'm swamped now with
but they don't have
apps.
They don't have that credit check feature on iOS yet, which is a feature on Android. You can actually check your credit check for free.
Anyways,
I think everyone should, do a credit check, especially people that have been bank hopping. Let's not be that they debited you into.
I don't know anybody.
I randomly
sent
the account.
I sent 100 naira to all my accounts.
See, he gets the logic. The account that I know that they're going to put this on my head, just once a month, so every other month, just put like 100 naira.
Have I told you guys the story of how I got a Unity Bank account? Okay, you are going to enjoy this. So the year is a couple of years ago. I was in NYSC camp. You know how they do it in this country? No sense. They just gathered all of us and said, your platoon, all of you are going to use Keystone Bank. All of you use UBA. All of you use EcoBank, etc., etc. So I got a Keystone Bank form, filled the form, took passport photographs, attached it, signature, the whole process now, gave it to the guy. Excuse me. A couple of days later, I get a text from Heritage Bank that this is Unity Bank, that this is my account number. And I'm confused for like the first 5 minutes. Like, what is going on here? I remember filling a Keystone Bank form. How do I have a Unity Bank account? So I went to meet there was a lady that was handling finances for the camp. Like, this is what is going on. I don't understand. Unity Bank account number is what I'm getting. And she's like, it's Unity you got up. I say, don't worry, just write it down. Don't worry, you're fine. And that was the end of it.
Wow.
Apparently, people are sharing account opening form.
Across banks.
See,
mine was Hassal Microfinance Bank. I don't even know what that account. I don't even know the account number. I don't know anything about the account. It's just there.
So now I have a never-ending fear that Unity, because they actually sent me a card, like a debit card, and now I have this never-ending irrational fear that one day they will just charge me the final card maintenance stuff. Like, to be fair, I didn't put any money inside. And I guess if it hasn't shown,
then you're probably fine.
I'm probably fine. But it was just so weird to me.
Yeah. Anyways, I think this episode is a bit of a rant, especially for me. But yeah, I think Fins, please do better. If you can't pay people back their money, just communicate. Like, I think it was the old people that much.
Yeah.
And there's some really cool startups we're looking out to see this year. I don't know if you guys have any final comments.
No, so I wanted to complain about white people and asking for M-Pesa.
God.
Right.
Yes. So like whenever you're talking to like one of these like people who want to bring money into this country and you tell them they're doing fintech, they will always ask you about M-Pesa.
It's the one they know now.
Because Africa is a country now.
You say, I'm doing agency banking. So how do you feel about M-Pesa?
They want to show you that they know.
How do you feel about M-Pesa? There was one time I was like, M-Pesa is in Kenya. I'm in Nigeria. Problems are different. It's like, okay. It's like,
That's why they're always boboing them with financial inclusion pitch deck now.
10 million users waiting for you.
It's the addressable market. It's the most 60 million users.
It's the most tone-deaf thing. Like whenever I talk to all these people that are prospective, they're interested in like either working with you or whatever. Like they'll reach out to you like on LinkedIn or wherever it is. And you're like, oh, let's talk, we should chat, blah, 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 blah. The next thing they'll ask you, so what is it that you do? I was like, you're the one that came to look for me. I was sitting in my house. I was fine. I didn't ask anybody for anything. You came to me and said you want to meet me. We should work together. And you'll be asking what is it that you do? Like,
shouldn't you have done your
research?
Your own research. Like if I'm asking to come and work with this guy.
You know, I think another thing that even announcing that you've raised funds. It's like I've been on a call where I was trying to sell a chatbot to me. And he's like, I just heard you guys raise money and want to help you and put that money to use effectively.
Wow.
I was like, this guy,
what's
wrong with you, man? I never said.
It's their research now. They've seen that you raise money.
Yeah, so they want to help you spend it.
Everyone just was going to chop your money.
Yeah, that's really it. That's really them.
Who have money for chatbots? If not, one, you're already making money. Two, you just made money.
Chatbots is just an adventure in let me look like I'm doing cool stuff.
No, speaking of chatbots, please, how are they doing it in America? Is it significantly different to chatbots as we know it? Because these guys, and I know this is sort of out of scope, but one of these big American banks or wealth managers.
Wealthfront?
No, I'll remember the name later and I'll send it to you. They basically built a chatbot, boys, for their like HNI. Customers.
This guy, I know what you're talking about. It was I shared that thing with you guys. It was a newsletter I got.
Yeah.
It was like they built like a robot advisor. And for people who make at least 50K assets on the manager.
It's robot advisor. I wanted to say like how is it different from robot advisors that we know?
I think it's slightly different.
It's slightly different, yeah.
Slightly different. So the robot advisors that we know is just
they just recommend.
Yeah.
And
these ones actually invest. So like they build custom portfolios for you.
So it's API calls to the core application of the it's not that complex, my dear.
I mean, which one do you guys have?
To be fair, we can't do it like that now because SEC will kill you.
Exactly. We don't do because our financial products are not as complicated or as complex for you.
So to be fair,
complex portfolio.
And the reason, but they're smart.
Fixed income.
But they're smart. They're smart for targeting HNIs because HNIs I know all these complex financial products.
The argument that the person who wrote the article made was that HNIs probably already have a fund manager. A human being because the stakes are higher for HNIs.
Yeah, because the thing is that with robot advisors, the idea is you're trying to scale
financial advice.
Like, because if you have money, they'll obviously give you a human advisor.
Yeah.
But for like civilians, you can't give them everybody.
Yeah, but the thing with the civilians also don't really understand all these complex products. But I guess that's where the robot advisor still comes in because you can do a lot of education work and all of that.
And you use it to scale.
Yeah. It's interesting. But me, chatbots and all of that for now.
For me, chatbots and robot advisors are sort of two things that I put in a nice to have bracket, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. So all these people that have chatbots on I'd like to see their usage, their usage numbers. Everybody that has chatbot on their website.
I'd say the biggest one, or the one where the use case is Digit. It's like a saving app where it analyzes your spending for the week and it allocates like free money and moves it into like a savings account for
That's
you.
not in Nigeria.
Obviously not in Nigeria. Do we have anything like that? It's not Leo that we are still floating. Shout out to Leo. This kid improving as well.
Hello, Leo. Those ads, I cringe, but we thank God for their lives.
It's like after they give Whiskey that money, it's like, guys, you have to do it. That's to get our money's worth.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, sorry to digress. That was a bit of a digression.
I think any final comments?
Don't lend to the bottom tier. Let them go and work for people that you can give loans to. I once had a customer who was in the agric business. This guy's credit check is like, no jokes, is probably close to 100 pages. You know that credit check, that credit report, that thing is close to 100 pages. Loan, paid back, loan, paid back, loan, paid back, loan, paid back. They've been operating in Nigeria for years. I see that type of credit check, I will lend my liver to that type of business.
I think that how do you learn to meet that kind of stuff?
Let all those guys go and meet them. Don't lend to the bottom tier. It's not worth it. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Speaking of, I know you wanted to end, but I saw something really interesting on wallets today. So, you know, they all use Monify. So what wallets is you can do is that you can link your account with another whatever that uses Monify. So you can link your piggy bank to your wallet account, link your Bitcoins to your wallet account. So for now, maybe you can just fund it, but there's potential to do a lot more.
Like within, so it would be like an ecosystem for you.
Ecosystem.
Monify ecosystem.
Exactly. I'm going to make sure that when I get back to work on Monday, wallets didn't finish the idea. I'm going to make sure I complete that work on Monday. But thank you for putting it in my head. Shout out to you guys at wallets. Good product work.
Oh my God. All right. Thank you everyone for listening. And I guess, till the next episode. Peace.
Bye-bye.
So that's in March.